Hey YouTube, welcome back, and you're watching The Literary Layer. So today is an exciting day. And you know, all of us out there, no matter who you are, we love receiving gifts, and a package in the mail just feels like a gift, feels like Christmas time year round. So my original goal was to make it to the end of the year. I wanted to do a book haul at the end of December, and that didn't end up working out. So it's November and it's close enough. Now, I decided that just completely outright banning, doing a book buying ban is not going to work for me. It's not realistic. And I believe when you set goals, it's good to set goals that are also attainable. So you want them to be something that's, something that's out of the norm for you, but you also want it to be realistic. So what I decided to do was, instead of doing a complete book buying ban, I am going to be more selective in the type of books that I purchase and where I purchase them from. Now, that's one of the reasons that I've also been trying different genres, because I want to make sure that I'm not just saying, oh, I don't like this, I don't want to read this, and then I see someone that does an amazing review on a book in a genre that I typically don't read, and I end up impulse buying the book. So I wanted to make sure that I know exactly what I want that's outside of what I typically read. And I want to make sure that I know exactly what I do and I don't like. And I definitely know after trying, if you haven't seen my last vlog, I definitely know that I do not want any romance. I don't like romance, the romance genre. And I will not be doing any impulse buys on that. I also realized recently that I do like horror, but I like certain type of horror. So I won't be doing any impulse buys on that either. So, all right. So back to what the video is about. So I just received some book mail, and I'm also doing a read your bookshelves challenge to where we reduce our number of books on our physical TBR. And while I was selecting the books that I wanted to read or get through, I realized that most of them were actually long books. They were chunky. I really didn't have many short books. And so what I recently did was I purchased some short books, and I also purchased some from other countries. So I don't know what these are, but these are 5 pieces of mail, and we're going to see what this is. So this one is South of the Border, West of the Sun. This is a Haruki Murakami book, and I recently read one of his books, which I did enjoy, and I'll be posting a vlog on that one. I've been watching videos on this book, and it's had a lot of good reviews. People have really enjoyed this one, and they say that this is one of the ones you should start out with when you start to read Haruki Murakami. So let's see what we have next. This one is from Thrift Books. Oh, this one's a graphic novel, and this is Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too. And I thought this was so cute. I originally saw this one in, where was I at? Half Price Books. And I didn't get it because I was trying to limit myself to 2 books at the time. So I didn't get that one. But I ended up seeing it online and decided to go ahead and purchase this one as well. And I thought this one was just too cute. Look at that cover. Let's see, this one, here's the unforgettable story of Jomny, an alien sent to study Earth, always feeling apart even among the other aliens. Jomny feels at home for the first time among the creatures of Earth. Through this story of a lost, lonely, and confused alien finding friendship, acceptance, and love among the animals and plants of Earth, we will all learn how to be a little more human. That's cute. All right, let's see what this next one is. This is a small one, very small. Oh, this one is Address Unknown. And I think this was about people that were writing to each other, writing letters. Okay, so the author brings vividly to life the insidious spread of Nazism through a series of letters between Max, a Jewish art dealer in San Francisco, and Martin, his friend and former business partner who has returned to Germany in 1932 just as Hitler is coming to power. A haunting and eloquent tale about the consequences of a friendship in a society poisoned by extremism. Okay, so yeah, this one's a quick read. This one is, I think, 60 pages. Oh, 75 pages. All right, so this one is a little bit chunkier. Let's see what this is. This one is a Mexican novel. This one is The Murmur of Bees. And see, this one is one that I purchased for my books from other countries. And from the day, it says, from the day that old Nana Regia found a baby abandoned under a bridge, the life of a small Mexican town forever changed. Disfigured and covered in a blanket of bees, little Simonopio is for some locals the stuff of superstition. A child kissed by the devil, but he is welcomed by landowners Francisco and Beatriz Morales, who adopt him and care for him as if he were their own. As he grows up, Simonopio becomes a cause for wonder to the Morales family, because when the uncannily gifted child closes his eyes, he can see what no one else can. Visions of all that's yet to come, both beautiful and dangerous. Followed by his protective swarm of bees, and living to deliver his adoptive family from threats, both human and those of nature, Simonopio's purpose of Linares will, in time, be divined. And this says it's set against the backdrop of the Mexican Revolution and devastating influenza of 1918. This one sounds pretty good. All right. Let's see what we have next. All right, so my next one, I have been seeing a lot of people talk about this one, and this is The House in the Cerulean Sea. And this is, let's see what it's about. Linus Baker is a by-the-book caseworker in the department in charge of magical youth. At 40, he lives in a tiny house with a devious cat and his old records for company, but his quiet life is about to change. He's summoned by extremely upper management and given a curious and highly classified assignment. Travel to an orphanage on a distant island and determine whether 6 dangerous magical children are so dangerous, in fact, that they're likely to bring about the end of days. When Linus arrives at the strangest of islands, he's greeted by a series of mysterious figures, the greatest mystery of which is Arthur Parnassus, the master of the orphanage. As Linus and Arthur grow closer, Linus discovers the master would do anything to keep the children safe, even if it means the world has to burn. Or worse, his secret comes to light. Okay. So those are the books that I received today. That's the mail I received today. And now we're going to go into the ones that I have already received and opened up the packages for. The first one is Convenience Store Woman. And I have seen so many people on YouTube talking about this one, and apparently there's not really much of a plot. It's just about a woman going through her life working at a convenience store, and she's not she's not listening to what people say a woman should be and do. She's going by her life every day as if she's living it the way that she wants to, and just taking her time going through life. I don't know what else it's about, but that's what I got from listening to other people talk about this book. So yes, this one I believe is just a slow read with really no plot. The next one I really love. I've already started this one. This is In Praise of Good Bookstores. It's written by a bookseller, and he's really talking about the importance of bookstores and why it's good for the community. So this one is this just gives you a really cozy feeling if you're someone that loves to read, or you're someone that loves to collect, or you're a combination of both. This one, I'm also going to be doing a review on when I finish it, but I'm really loving it so far. Next one I've also started reading. This is Tituba, Black Witch of Salem. And this one is a fiction novel, but it is based on a real person, Tituba. And she is someone that was not talked about during the Salem witch trials. So now the author has, fictionalized her story, but also is adding in a few non-fictional elements to the story to tell more about who she is. And so I'll probably do a review on this one as well. I haven't decided yet, but this one is good so far. The next one is by Elene Ferrante, and this is In the Margins on the Pleasures of Reading and Writing. And this one is a non-fiction book. This one is by Italian novelist Elena Ferrante. Ferrante offers a rare look at the origins of her literary powers. She writes about her influences, her struggles, and her formation as both a reader and a writer. She describes the perils of bad language and suggests ways in which it has long excluded women's truth. She proposes a choral fusion of feminine talent, and she brilliantly discourses on the work of Emily Dickinson, Gertrude Stein, Ingeborg Bachmann, and many others. This one is Under the Bayou Moon, and I don't remember how I heard about this book, but the setting is in Louisiana, which is usually going to be a good book, and also the author is from Alabama, which is my home state, so I think that's why I purchased it. This one is, let me see what this is. When Ellie Fields accepts a teaching job in a tiny Louisiana town in Bayou Country in 1949, she knows her life will change, but she can never imagine just how dramatically. Though rightfully suspicious of others who have threatened both their language and their unique culture, most of the residents come to appreciate the young and idealistic school teacher, and she's soon teaching just about everyone, despite opposition from both the school board and a politician with ulterior motives. Yet it's the lessons Ellie herself will learn from new friends, a captivating Cajun fisherman, and even a legendary white alligator haunting the bayou that will make all the difference. Okay. That sounds pretty good. And my final one that I'm going to talk about today is self-explanatory. This is Why We Read Fiction, Theory of Mind, and the Novel. So this one discusses an area of research in contemporary cognitive psychology known as theory of mind, and discusses its implications for literary studies. It has surprising new interpretations of well-known literary texts and popular cultural representations that constantly prod her readers to rethink their own interest in fictional narratives. I can't see the rest as it's covered by the sticker. And that's Why We Read Fiction. All right, so let's see how many books is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books in my recent book haul. Have you read any of these? Do any of these sound interesting to you? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.